DMS has been in the local IT field now almost 43 years. It's almost 4 decades of IT journey that we are talking about. So we have close to now 7 subsidiaries in Sri Lanka. So that actually has, like, we cover the length and breadth of the entire IT field, which includes the software side and hardware and managed services, plus we do the consultancy services. In Sri Lanka actually, so DMS Software Technologies we have started in 1995. So along with the long partnership with Oracle. So that was back in 1990 DMS bought Oracle in Sri Lanka. We were the first to introduce Oracle to Sri Lanka. Then later on we established DMS Software Technologies as a company, so in 1995. So with that actually now almost 25 years for this company as well. It's a very long journey. So we have been together with Oracle for last 25 to 30 years in Sri Lanka. Definitely, because if you have seen the world of IT, so there are certain, I would say, the changes happen during last 4-5 decades. Time to time, it goes into a completely different way of how the things are going to change. So if you go back to like 1970, we started with the Unix-based system. Then it came to the Windows era in 2019 era. So now, if you have seen, so the entire world has been thinking how to consolidate everything into a single platform on the cloud. Even though for us actually it's like we are just talking about the cloud as a concept, but if you use the Facebook, if you are a user of Google, you don't know where the servers are. So it means all the consumers are into this cloud journey without knowing or with knowing. So but for the enterprise class, now the Oracle, the difference is actually the other vendors are mainly on the consumer side, whereas Oracle is mainly into the enterprise class. Now we have seen the cloud adoption. So during last 4 years, we have converted so many customers from on-premise to cloud. So we have seen huge potential in the cloud journey, because if you look at the world, the prediction is by in 2025, at least 70% of the mission critical application will be pushed into the cloud for sure. So and that's the change that we are talking about. DMS has been doing so many events actually together with Oracle. So this event is particularly what we are targeting is CXOs for the conglomerate, because if you look at we are into the banking side, Oracle anyway into the banking because it's about data, and we are into the telco, but we have never done a like very structured CXO forum to talk about our cloud journey and how we could basically help them to translate their business together with Oracle and DMS. This whole forum is what we are organizing is for the CXOs, which includes the CIOs, CFOs or CEOs of the organization, to talk about our journey and how we could enable them to improve their business processes and achieve their business objectives. That's the whole idea of this the CXO forum. Yeah, so many learning things. One is actually certain challenges that customers are facing. So they openly talk to us when we arrange this kind of forum, because it is an open forum for them to discuss. And most of the time sometimes we don't get an opportunity to talk to the customers also, like in an individual basis. It's a forum for us to share our new strategies and what we are going to do in the future. So these are the learnings actually what we have gathered from all of the events that we have done. Yeah, so that's a very valid question actually. So DMS been in the IT field for 43 years. We have offices in Bangladesh, Ireland, and now we have started office in Australia. So now our approach is actually to go more into the international market. Because if you look at in local, the government point of view, even they are talking about to at least to increase the professional level services, right, and the revenue. We are talking about the knowledge-based economy. We are basically trying to improve our skill set and to take this skill set in the international market for sure. Because with that, if you look at the international players like Oracle, definitely help the local organization like DMS to take our journey into the international market. If you ask me what's our 5-year journey, so from at least by 2025, we wanted to become minimum of like $100 million company in software technology itself. Yeah, so we have now moved into the countries like Philippines and the Maldives, those countries. The main difference that we have seen is actually one thing is we are proud about our consumers. Our consumers are more advanced, honestly, right? So other international markets, they are still getting into that space. That's where even I think they are hungry for knowledge. That's where we have seen actually local people, Sri Lankan people, we are very good on the knowledge. If you look at our IT graduates and all, they you can't compare them. So we can see a huge gap in the international market for knowledge, even for the Europe sector. So sometimes the resources must be very highly expensive. So we can give them affordable. We are not going to be very cheap, but definitely those countries are hungry for the knowledge and like affordable cost. So that's the opportunity or the what are the future that I have seen in the other countries. Thank you.